With this, we will now invite our public guests who have registered to speak. One of our staff will invite you to unmute yourself one at a time. As a quick reminder, as per our current procedures, you will have 3 minutes to speak and your comments are directed to myself as chair. I will comment though that we accept your comments as information. Unfortunately, we cannot provide a response under our current process and procedures. We know this practice falls short of what people expect and are currently reviewing several potential changes for next meeting that will allow for more meaningful dialogue with community members. Those opportunities are coming forward for discussion later tonight. Please keep your comments to topics of police governance and oversight. We cannot discuss any complaint about a specific officer or interaction with the police. If you'd like to discuss a complaint against an officer, please contact our public complaint director or the Calgary Police Service Professional Standards section. And finally, a reminder to members of the media that we will hear from the public first, then we'll hold a media availability for you after adjourning the public meeting. So would you please put through the first speaker?
Thank you, Chair Cornett. I'm going to apologize in advance for any mispronunciations of names. Please do feel free to correct me if I do that. Our first speaker is Ms. Cario de Zeus, representing the, I'll let her introduce herself, sorry, the Coalition Calgary Alliance for the Common Good.
Good afternoon, Chair. Thank you for allowing me to speak today. My name is Suzanne Garahio-Deus, and I am the lead Indigenous organizer for the Calgary Alliance for the Common Good. I'm also the co-chair for the Truth and Reconciliation Research Action Team, and I work for IAF Northwest, which is a regional organization. As you know, the Calgary Alliance has been presenting to the CPC since last spring to keep the Commission informed of our progress with CPS and to have one Indigenous liaison officer hired for each of the 8 districts. At each of your meetings, we've told you how we've been able to build a productive working relationship with CPS. And at your November meeting, we reported that CPS had committed to hiring an Indigenous liaison officers pending approval of the budget, which it was. We have now hit an impasse, and we've been told this week that CPS's work to create Indigenous Relations Office will proceed, excuse me, pardon me. The hiring of the Indigenous liaison officers will not happen in the foreseeable future. The Alliance is now reassessing the viability of us continuing to support CPS in its efforts to ensure that Calgary becomes a safe place for Indigenous citizens. Frankly, we're really frustrated. The Alliance has been having this conversation with CPS for over 1.5 years now, and from our first meeting with Deputy Chief McCullen and Superintendent Rashid in October of 2020, we heard, we'd love to do this, and we have worked diligently and responding to their buts in helping them move those buts out of the way. They asked for a liaison job description, and we created one and gave them that. They've asked us to attend different events, and we've joined them at those. We supported their budget in November of 21. We actually went to our members and asked them to support the CPS budget increase, being held that the ILOs would be linked to that approval. Many of our members were not pleased with this ask, but we asked them to back us anyway. We backed them, and now we're being told that it's not going to happen. And many of our members are looking at defunding the police as opposed to supporting increased funding. And so now we feel like we've been very, very much deceived. And I understand that CPS is trying to juggle a lot of balls. But at the same time, we've been talking about language all afternoon, and yet we hear the comment about, oh, we have serious criminals that are committing crimes, and we know about, intergenerational trauma, which is a term that is typically linked to Indigenous people, and yet that's the link we make immediately. So let's all be aware of our language and how that is implied. Our Indigenous people are dying at the hands of CPS and the lack of appropriate policing. So I would really like that we could maybe move forward and get some work done. Thank you for your time, and I appreciate you listening.
Thank you very much, Ms. Carrillo-Zeus. Appreciate your comments, and certainly please know that we've heard them, and we appreciate your participation in providing those to us. So thank you.